everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy. I'm Board Game Geek. Just welcoming you to our third episode of Agents of SMERSH using the Swagman's Hope expansion. Again, when I started this I said I probably wasn't going to play a full game, and that's probably still true. I might do this one, and if we get some good examples of some of the other gameplay parts in, then we'll probably end it there, but if not, we'll keep going, just so I can show you things like perhaps encountering one of the actual henchmen to Doctor Lobo, or any of the other cool stuff that can happen, finding your heading to your secret mission, which probably will happen this turn. But anyway, let's just get right to it and get started. So we're going to start with our movement phase for our first character, which is going to be Shizuka, sorry, and let's get going. Okay, so Nika is currently in the North Atlantic Ocean, where she is trying to get to New York to complete the first of her two missions. Now, as we pan up to the board, she is right there, and we're going to try and get her right over there. So we're going to roll the movement dice, and we'll see how far she can get. Okay, here's her movement roll. She got a 1. Yuck. She's not going to be able to get all the way there. That's unfortunate. But, well, she could. Let me see. She might be able to do a couple things. Let me think about this for a moment. So she's going to take option number 2 here, which says you may also spend max 1 resolve to move 1 additional space. That'll give her the 2 spaces she needs. So we're going to pop that down to 4, and then I'll pop up to the board for her movement. Okay, here she is right here. This is our Nika. She's going to move to Ottawa, and then down to New York here, where she will stop and we'll have her encounter. Now, before we move on, I did want to discuss something that's that comes with the expansion to the game that we're not really using, even though you'll see them on the board here. It's these secret mission cards. Now, typically, these two have city locations on them, and you would slip this in the top just like you would here. But these are typically more powerful and make the game easier. And there's a bunch of them for the different cities. You can play with that, or you can play with the normal secret mission card. That basically you put a fake card under there, and then get top secret cards when you complete them. So that's the way we're playing it now. So, but that doesn't happen till the end of her turn. She first has to encounter her space. So let's do that. Let's encounter her space and see what happens. So here's Nika's North American encounter cards. Let's see what we got here. It says Deep Cover Agent. So we're gonna take that. Then we're gonna take a fake card. Now this is a city space with no intel, so it's gonna be 2. So 31-2 and response group F. We're gonna have to determine what that is. So let's go over to where the book is and take a look. Okay, first we're going to start with our response group of C. So let's go up to C, and then we're going to see that we have a couple of different options. We have Observe, Quick Action, Test Your Limits with Determination, Get Assistance, Let's Have Some Fun at All Costs. Well, since this is, sorry, here we go. Sorry, I had the wrong cards there. This is Deep Cover Agent, so it's response group F. I almost thought that sounded awfully familiar. Anyway, response group F is Negotiate, Sneak Attack, Reason with, Act Unconcerned, Lie, and Be Honest. Well, we did do Sneak Attack once, if I remember correctly, but let's go with. She's not going to be a good liar. She's not very good at those things. She's more athletic. Let's go with Be Honest, number 6. Okay, here is our encounter. It says, after months of undercover, it's time to act. The boss calls you into his office and sits you down. You've done well, my friend. I think you have earned a little reward. Tell me what you want, and you will have it. He smiles a greasy smile, within reason, of course. I want you to shut down your operations and give yourself over to the police. Here we go. Up here, it goes up to here. He laughs. There we are. He laughs, thinking you are joking until you pull out your Walter PPK. Test Persuasion or hand-to-hand. +2. You need 2 successes. Pass with Stealth or Speed. Well, we have neither of those skills, but we do have a decent athletics. It says athletics or hand-to-hand, I believe. No, Persuasion or hand-to-hand. So our hand-to-hand is 1. It gives us a +2. But we have to get 2 successes. So let's go to the dice bowl and get our dice out. Okay, so here we have our basic die. We're going to get now one more die out of the bag for her skill, her hand-to-hand skill, which is going to be that one. And then we're going to get two more for the actual test. So we got these two, so that's going to give us 4 dice. Let's roll and see how we do. Alright, well, that wasn't too bad. We did succeed. We got our 2 successes right there, the 2 guns, but we also took another injury. That will be the second injury for Nika. Okay, there's her other injury card. Now she has a health of 4, so she can only take 2 more. You know, on her next turn, she could stop and rest and heal those up. But for now, let's just go to our encounter and see what we get for our success. Okay, it says pass. I know there's a gun under your desk, you tell him. You so much as think about it and you're dead. You have him open his vault. I think the police will find this very interesting. Flip up 1 intel token in the pool. Well, we only have 1, so that's going to make it easy. But let's go do that. Okay, here's our intel token. So we're going to flip that over, and we have one of the radioactive markers there. So that's going to be helpful later on if Doctor Lobo increases his track anymore. Now what we're going to do is we're going to complete the mission in New York. Now, there's 2 ways you can do that. In the Swagman's Hope, there's an expansion bit of rules that allow you to cash these in one time and not replace them, but get 1 for each card instead of cash 2 and get 1 and then replace them. So we're going to do that rule, because especially since we're not going to be playing a long game and I want to show you that. She did complete the New York one, so we're going to take the New York one out and discard it and draw a top secret card for her. So what did she get? She got V1. Let's see, what's that say for us? Shuffle together all villain advancement cards in play on Doctor Lobo. Randomly discard 1 card, then adjust the number on the villain track. Oh, that's pretty good. We can adjust this down, the villain track down. So that's a pretty good card. We're going to keep that, and she has completed one of her secret missions. Now, again, the way I'm playing it is, normally when you complete these, when you complete 2 of them, you get your reward, and then you replace them, and you can keep doing that. But I kind of like the rule of doing them once and getting a reward for each, and then being done with it, especially since we're not going to be playing a full-on game. So let's continue on. We got 1 more step in her turn before Nika's turn is over. Okay, here we are at the villain cards. So we're going to draw one, and we're going to look at the end of turn event. So the end of turn event says, Crown jewel stolen. Violence erupts in Trafalgar Square. Add intel to Stockholm and close the airport in Revjak. Well, the airport's already closed in Revjak, so we're okay there. And we're just going to add an intel to Stockholm. Now, Sheena's down here in Australia, and she doesn't really need to move very far, but it does cost 2 movement points to get from one city to the next here because they're so far away from each other. Anyway, but she's going to do that because she's making her way to over to Sydney. She might, or yeah, either way, she's going to go to Sydney at some point because she's going to pick up the intel token, the red intel tokens. It's there; those are better, and perhaps make her way into Swagman's Hope as well. So let's roll her movement die. Okay, here's our dice bowl, so we're going to roll that. A 1. So last time I rolled all 3s, this time I rolled all 1s. So again, I'm not going to go to her card, but we are going to expend one of her 3 resolves so she can move 2 and actually get a move. And she's going to come down here to Melbourne where she will pick up this dead drop. What is the dead drop? It is a top secret. So she gets a top secret card. That's awesome because they're very powerful. Now, you know, once these dead drops come out of play, they're gone for good. She already has a top secret card called Ruse de Guerre. So we're going to draw another one for her. And let's see what we get here. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to reach over and get them without having to move you guys. Let's see what we get. Okay. Operational training. Immediately add +2 to any 1 basic skill, then discard this card. Okay, so let's go to her character sheet and look at what we want to do there. Well, let's see, what do we really want her to be good at? She's got seduction and gambling as her advanced skills, and so you know, we could put her persuasion up to 3, or her athletics and hand-to-hand from 1 to 3. Let's do persuasion. That's something that nobody else has, so she gets a bump of +2. Then we discard this card, and now she's got a 3 persuasion. So now we're going to go to her encounter. So we're going to draw from the Australian encounter deck, which is new, which is kind of cool, and let's see what she gets. So remember now in these ones, we read the top one, you read the bottom one if you're in Swagman's Hope. So, High Octane Pursuit, 13-0. Okay, let's go check that out. Okay, now I also got her fate die here, but we're going to get the reaction table out. We're going to look at the part for Australia here. See Swagman's Hope there. So we're going to be looking at Group O, okay, which is on the card. So Group O, page 13. And we have Stop Talking and Start Fighting. This is High Octane Pursuit. Disobey orders, a leap of faith. Ask questions later, dive into danger, go it alone. Let's ask questions later, number 4. Okay, so we got that, so we know what our responses are going to be. Let me get out the Australia book and we'll look that up. Okay, so now we know that we're going to be on 13-4-1, which is going to be right here. Let's see what she gets. Okay, it says you shift gears as you motor along the cliff top road. Your quarry in sight. You've no idea who you were chasing, but as they nearly took your ear off with a bullet, you don't really care. You should probably force them to stop, drag them from the car, find out who they are and for whom they are working. Then haul them off to the UN safe house for further processing. Alternatively, you could run them over the cliff and let gravity do the hard work for you. The director can send someone else to sweep up the pieces later. So, we have to do a athletics test +3 with 2 successes, or that we pass automatically with driving. Well, we haven't had a lot of good luck with skill checks, having the actual skill we need, but let's go take a look at her skill sheet. Yes, so we already know that she doesn't have driving, and she does have an athletics of 1. So athletics of 1 + 3, that's going to be quite a few dice, but she does need 2 successes. So let's go see if she can manage that. Okay, well here's her base die. We're going to get out 1 die for her, got the brown die. We're going to get out 1 die for her athletics, and we're going to get out 3 more dice for the skill check. So we got black, blue, and green. Okay, so we're going to need 2 successes on all of these dice. Let's roll them and see what we get. Well, actually, that was a great roll. We got 2 successes and no injuries. So she succeeded. Let's go take a look at what that does for her. Okay, it says pass. You put the pedal to the metal. You put the pedal to metal and draw alongside the fugitive before pulling hard to the right. The other car swerves and skids before disappearing over the cliff's edge. You pull over and peer down to where the car has come to rest. You doubt that asking questions now would be particularly fruitful. Up any skill. Well, that's pretty good. We got a skill point out of it. Can't go wrong there. Well, she's pretty good with her mental skills, so I think we're going to bump her athletics up to 2. And that will be her bonus for succeeding at that mission. And then all we have left to do is draw her villain card. Okay, so for her villain card, we're going to draw this one. Let's see. End of turn event. It says, let's see here, Soviets send thousands of tourists into forced labor camp. Well, that's not good. Remove intel from the USSR. There isn't any. Add intel to the Indian Ocean. So we can do that. So we're going to add some intel to the Indian Ocean. Okay, here's our intel pool. So we're just going to, you know what? Let's do something a little crazy here. We're going to not no, let's wait. That's when we cash them in. I'm sorry. No, wait. Let me think about this. Yeah, it's when we turn them in. Okay, so we're going to take one of our intel tokens and we're going to put it there, and that will mark the end of Agent Shinomar's turn. At least Doctor Lobo's track is not moving at this point. Okay, now we have Agent Callie Dagger. She's in New Orleans. She's got to work her way down to Panama City. She failed her last test, and she's got absolutely no stuff to help her, and she's demoralized. So she's going to suffer a -1 penalty. But she does have her modified car, which does allow her to move 3, which would get her to Panama City to complete her mission. So let's go do that. We're going to drive her car. Okay, here she is. So we're going to move to Mexico City, and then, as you can see that, and then down to Panama City using her car. So she has made it all the way to Panama, and now we're going to do her encounter. Okay, let's draw a South American encounter card and see what we get. Uh-oh, call to action. It's got some crazy stuff on it. Let's see here. Roll a d6. Uh-oh, we're going to have to conduct a battle with one of the bad guys. So let's put down there. We're going to get a d6 out and roll it. Let's see what we get. We get a 1. So we're going to conduct a battle with Darling. Let's go see how that goes. Okay, here's Darling. It says birth name Teshi Gunma. Darling is a pet project of Dr. Lobo, who took her in as an abandoned child and trained her extensively in deadly arts. Darling adopted a keen interest in the use of poison. A simple scratch from her fingernails may prove fatal. Beautiful and deadly, Darling is the near-perfect assassin. Okay, she's level 1, so we have to test deception to trick Darling into letting her guard down. If we pass, we get to up any skill. If we lower, if we fail, we lower persuasion. And then, of course, we would have to draw. We'd fail this test as well. So there is an ore on the card. I think I'm going to look on the ore. I think we can take her, but let's go look on the ore anyway. It says, oh, ore before rolling, so we're too late there. You may take an injury to escape immediately. I don't want to escape. I'd rather give it a try. She does have, we do have a high persuasion. It is a 2. So, I mean, she's going to get a couple of dice there against three dice to get a pass, a single pass. I think we can do it. Okay, well, here's our 1 die. So we're going to get 2 more for her. Actually, her persuasion's at 2, so we are going to get 2 more. Shuffle these up, see if we get a good die out of there. We got the blue one, it's pretty good. And then 1 more for a total of 3 dice. We got that one. That one's, I think these are both okay. They neither were bad, but let's see if we get our success. Okay, here's our roll. We did. We succeeded and did not take any injuries. So let's go back to see what happens now with Darling. So we did trick Darling into letting her guard down, and however, initially they always escape us. So what happens here is we do get to up a skill, but her cube also moves to level 2 because we've had an encounter with her to which we succeeded. So if we move to level 3 and then defeat that, or beat her again, she would then be defeated completely. But right now she has escaped, eluded us to fight on another day, even a little tougher than before. So what skill do we need? We want up here. We got, all her skills are on the basic numbers still. I think we're going to bump up her spycraft one. That's probably going to be more helpful later on. And she's got 1s and a whole bunch of other things, but she had a 0 in that. So now she no longer has a 0. So that's good. Now all we have left to do is draw the villain card, and that will end our turn. Okay, here are the villain cards. Let's draw that up. Villain, no, that's villain advancement. We don't want that. We want end of turn event. Princess Anne to marry Dr. Lobo. Well, that can't be a good thing. We remove intel from Africa, which we've been blessed there. There is none. And we add intel to Ep3. Where is that? That is going to be in the blue areas. Let's check that out. Okay, we're going to grab our intel token. I have to check to make sure we don't have an intel overflow. We're probably really close right now. But with the Australia board, you have to have 6. I think we have 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we're 1 away. So this is going to go on Abiche, which is right there in the middle. And that's going to end our entire round. So we got to get to some of this intel very quickly and get it taken care of. We might be doing some flying to get to some places. So anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this turn. I hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know if I made any errors. It's one of those games where it's kind of fiddly, and these storytelling games always have that element to them. But I think that gives you a great idea of how the game is played. We actually got to have an encounter with one of the villains to show you how that works. I'm going to debate. I'll tell you what, guys, depending on your feedback to me, we'll mark whether or not I continue on with another full round of Agents of SMERSH. But I do believe that gives you a good idea on the game. I wasn't intending to do a full playthrough because it can be rather long, but if you keep telling me to, and I get enough people, let's say 10 or more people vote up and tell me they want me to keep going, I will do it. So let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.